This is Damon Fordham, Adjunct Professor of History at Charleston Southern University in the Citadel. And this morning, I'd like to tell you about some ancient African wisdom that applies to something that we can use today. In West Africa, and much later by their descendants in Jamaica and the West Indies, they used to tell the stories about Anansi the spider and how Brother Anansi would sometimes outsmart the other animals, or in some cases, go through a lesson that's important to learn. And they talk about how one time Anansi found a jar of wisdom. And he said, "Yeah, I got this wisdom all to myself, hot dog." And he took the jar of wisdom and he took his tentacles and started crawling up the tree with the jar of wisdom, hoping to take it to his web so he would have all that wisdom to himself and be smarter than all the other animals. However, one of his tentacles got a little bit slippery and the jar started slipping. Whoa! Whoa! Jar went down, crash! And Brother Anansi was upset because the wisdom that he had in the jar crashed on the ground and all the other animals started grabbing up the wisdom. And so he started to cry, "Ah!" Wise old spider came by. "Man, Anansi, what's wrong with you? Man, you know I had this jar of wisdom all to myself and I was going to take it up to my web and be smarter than everybody else. And the jar dropped and now all the other animals have wisdom and I don't have any up here." And the old spider said, "You know, Brother Anansi, that's a good thing." "How is that good?" "Very simple. For it is better for many to have wisdom than just one." Let that sink in for a moment. We're living at a time where a lot of people really don't know how to separate the truth from the trash on the internet. And that is leading to a crisis in our health system, as well as our education and our civilization itself. So it's important that those who are in many professions, such as health and politics and history and how government is run and things like that, it's important that we take the time to go out to the people who may not be educated on these matters and put these things in forums to where the general public can learn about these things so that they will not be confused by a lot of the nonsense out there that's by people who don't mean them any good. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, a nation that is easily deceived is easily destroyed. So those of you who are wise, let's get together and put that stuff out there so that we can save our nation from being destroyed. This is Damon Fordham.